Hello. Today we have come again together. It's regarding since this is a wellness topic going on. So first we'll start about how we eat, what we eat, how we live our life, how we spend the entire day. So the topic is rightly said as food habits and circadian way of living. So first the food habits. Remember when we used to be child and our parents always used in the breakfast table we used to throw tantrums, in the lunch table no vegetables, nothing, and our parents, grandparents used to say, eat these, the fibers, these are vegetables, eat all of them so it will make you strong. We never liked them, but we ate them. And remember the energy which we used to feel in our playground, in our life, always joyful. But now, as we have aged or as we are going forward with our life, with our busy schedules, though we know that these are good for health, but we always try to find out an easy way out to match our busy schedule. We always go for packaged foods. We always go for anything which is easy to cook and easy to digest. But in the long run, have you noticed now we feel more lethargic? We are working, of course we are working, but then it's because we know we have to work and we have to earn the money. Without money we can't sustain. So that's why we are working. But the joyful, the happiness which we used to feel in our childhood, which used to come very naturally. Now do we feel the same thing? We have become, the inertia has increased, isn't it? Have you ever realized why so? It's all about food, what we eat. I know, like these, the foods in the departmental stores, they look very tempting. They attract us because they tell us, come and have us. But have you seen the packaging, what it's mentioned? I'm not going into the detailed part about what is written in that. I will give you very simple tips which I myself follow and my entire family follows also. First thing is, let's try to have the whole food. You know, we we always go for this juice, Tetra packet juice, or what is mentioned cold pressed juice. But then initially it came as Tetra pack. Now it is mentioned as cold pressed with the pulp. But what do you think? Like when we make the orange juice at home, the fresh orange juice at home, for how long? For how many hours will it last? Even if we keep in the refrigerator, how long will it last? 1 hour, 2 hours. By the time at the end of the day, it will turn bad. But why this? Even the cold pressed juice, even when we purchase it, why they do this taste so good for a long time? That means they have added some chemicals in it. Is it good to eat those chemicals? So I always suggest that eat the whole fruit, eat the whole food. When you eat the whole fruit, you chew them, you know. You chew and make a fine paste. Any fruit you eat, be it an apple, be it a strawberry, any fruit you eat, you chew it and make a fine paste out of it. And when you chew it, the saliva which comes out to chew it and to swallow it, it helps in easy digestion. Not only that, when you chew, you know, this is a good exercise for your face, for your jawline. And then when it goes inside, the fiber also goes inside it. Whereas in the juices which we take, any form of liquid way we take it, it is a high content of chemicals and too much of fructose. Fructose is what? It's sugar. In fruits, if we take one apple, how much juice can you make out of an apple? That means you have to take at least 5 to 7 or 8 apples to make a glass of juice. So just imagine the amount of sugar. The fruits are good, but too much of sugar even from the fruits, it will give a huge spike in your blood. It is not good. So I always suggest go for fruits, whole fruits. In that way, when we talk about the calorie, so many things about calorie. So if you take one apple, you will feel full for a longer time because the fiber you have inside, it will help in easy passage of your stool also. But when you take the juice, it will having like 4 or 5 apple together in a glass of juice, along with the chemicals, along with the sugar, without any fiber. So that means it is giving you more harm. So first thing, stay away from any sort of juices. Always go for fruits. Second point, which I always say, avoid sugar. So everything what we eat in our daily day is having sugar. Fruits having sugar. We call it this is fructose. Any sort of carbs we are having, be it rice, bread, pasta for that matter, because it's the carbs, it is having sugar. Little bit sugar is there. So when you eat bread, you will feel a nice sweetness in your mouth. Rice, a nice sweet effect in your mouth. So this sweet comes from nature. This is good for health. It gives you energy. But when you take sugar from outside, like too much of chocolates, too much of chips, stress eating, when you do lots of stress eating, we always want to have all those junk food because our body craves to have more energy. We feel stressed out, so we need energy. We feel that we'll get energy from that, so we try to have all those chips, cookies, pastries. These are excess sugar. The liver gets tired to process it, too much tired to process it. And when we think then we have done a good 1.5 hours of exercise, and so we can indulge in this sugar. We have the liberty to have. No, you do not have the liberty. You don't have the liberty, because when you do the exercise, of course, in the whole day you are taking some fruits, you are taking some any sort of pasta, bread, rice, anything you are taking, and apart from that, you are taking you are making the curry, you are making any soup. Also, you're adding all those carrots and everything. This is also having sugar. Apart from that, you're adding more sugar, which is completely junk. So your body goes for a shock. From outside, we say it's good. But when you see the shock which your body, your every organs are feeling, you will never like to eat that. So the second thing is avoid sugar, not completely. But yes, once in a while, once a week, have it. Enjoy it. Don't feel guilty after eating it. You eat it every day and you feel guilty. To get rid of the guilt feeling, you again eat it. So it's a vicious cycle. So don't eat. Once a week you eat, you enjoy it, you will relish it. That's it. Third point, which I also tell to my clients and everybody, that when you eat, you should always sit. Remember when the same thing, when we were children, our parents always used to say, don't run and eat. Always sit. Why so? Because this food which you are eating, it gives us energy. It is a source of life. Imagine a day where you are not eating for the entire day. What will you do? Don't you think your energy will go down? So the thing which is giving you so much of energy, so much of like boosting you up, if you do not eat and respect that, but what is the meaning of that food? Suppose you have your subordinate. You're giving them something, you're telling them something. Or maybe children. You have your children. You're telling them something. And they are just running around. They are saying, okay, I'm listening. You keep on telling. Will you like that? At the end, you say, okay, fine. Go do whatever you feel like. Same thing with the food. It is giving you energy. It is giving you life. And if you run and eat, if you walk and eat, you are walking towards the office and eating, you're not giving respect to that thing, to the food. So you eat. Can't you spare a few minutes of your day? How much time does it take to eat? Breakfast? Few minutes? Not even more than 20 minutes. Eat. Lunch? Dinner? How much? You have 24 hours. In 24 hours, if you spend maximum 40 minutes, divide. You don't spend so much time. And when you eat and chew you feel that satiety feeling. So that's what you should do. You should eat, chew it slowly, hear the noise of your chew, make it a fine paste, swallow it. You'll feel more, the satiety feeling will also be increase. And you won't have the feeling of, cravings for any single thing. So these are my few important points, like avoid sugar, eat the whole food, and eat and respect your food. Now, the second topic is the circadian way of living. So what is circadian way of living? It's like following the pattern of the day. I mean, when the sun rises, you wake up. When the sun sets, you go to bed. This is how it is. Remember in those early days when there used to be no electricity and all, we used to hear the stories and everything. People used to wake up as and when the sun rises because they see the light. And moment the sun sets, they finish up their dinner and go to bed. So how much energy, how much physical labor they used to do. Now what we do? We wake up early. Of course we wake up early because we have our offices, we have our household chores, we have our kids and everything. But even if we get the chance, do we sleep early? No. The moment we get the chance, after finishing up everything, we say, let's sit. Now it is me time. And we scroll on this mobile and watch TV, take out some Netflix or some movies. And we keep on watching. That is our me time. But is it really our me time? And then when we go to sleep, we sleep hardly for 5 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, not more than that. And the next time morning when the alarm goes, we feel so tired even to open our eyes. So this is not at all good for your health. When you are in your 20s, early 30s, you can run, you can do it. But late 30s, 40s, 50s, it will start showing effect. Through your bones, through your joints, through your body aches, through your mental stress level, you will become more irritable. Irritation will increase. So, what should we do? We should plan our day accordingly, come what may. I'm not saying that you have to sleep by 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. Of course, by that time, though all of us who are working, that it's not over yet. But we should try to get at least of 7 hours of sleep. And before that, also, we should have an early dinner. That means the last meal which we have and the time when you go to bed, there should be a good and ideal gap of at least 3 hours. In that way, the food which we eat, last meal which we eat, it will help in digestion, because when we go for our sleep, it is only for the recovery process. That time, if your body gets involved in digestion, that is an important work for the body to digest and accumulate all the nutrients from it, it will not work for the recovery process. So that means your recovery will be delayed. So you will be more lethargic. So you will feel more dull. You will have body ache the next morning. You will feel more irritation. So finish your dinner, last meal of the day, at least 3 hours. So if you go to sleep by 10, try to finish it at any cost by 7 p.m. So in that way, you have 3 hours. In those 3 hours, you finish your work, you do whatever you feel like. 10 p.m. you go to sleep. Wake up by 5 a.m. the next morning, 6 a.m. the next morning. And if you really want to have this me time and all those me time, yes, you have your weekends. Try to find that way. But if you're not healthy, if you are having body aches, if you're having headache, if you are stressed out, what will you do with your so-called me time even when you get only the me time? Also, this circadian way of living also says that the sun is at the top at the noon time. That means in that time when the sun heat is highest, so our digestion fire is also highest. So between 12 to 2 p.m. or you can say between 11 to 2 p.m. our digestion power is super high. So you can have a good amount of hearty lunch during that time. But when the sun sets, our digestion level also sets. So in that time, the food should be reduced. So this is a brief idea of circadian way of living. And I really wish try to follow and have a good and well life. Thank you.